WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Good morning. It is March 12th. It's a few minutes before 6 a.m. and I'm walking Champ. He's over there. And it's nobody out yet. It's still early. But we are in day one since the announcement of the pandemic. And I must admit that, seeing how things are going in Italy and based on the president's speech last night to the nation, I don't have much faith in what is to come. And I don't know what possessed me to pick up my camera and start doing this, but I thought I should document this. And I'm actually a little nervous because my father's out the country right now in the DR at his second home. And I don't know what it's going to be like for him to get back into the country. And just seeing, excuse me, just seeing the reviews of people who have reviews, just seeing what people have to say about this virus who've actually gotten it. Champ, I'm not walking over there. I'm a little concerned, so I'll check back in with you later. Come here. I gotta go to work. Gotta go to work, champ. You wanna know what's crazy? What's crazy is these tennis shoes I actually got a year ago in Milan. These Adidas. A year ago today in Milan, it was bustling. It was a little over a year ago. We went in January of last year, and it was Men's Fashion Week in Milan. We had took the train up from Rome, headed up there, saw the sights, saw that church, that famous church in the plaza, and we got everything we need. It's crazy. I keep saying that's crazy. When I would checking these on just to see which one's good. Just a couple weeks ago, if I didn't bring my lunch to work, I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even second guess it. And now I'm just like, well, where do I go so I can avoid people and hands and put this alarm on. neighbor who just left for work. I'm expecting the commute to be very easy this morning. Less and less people are going in, more and more people are working from home. I had talked about the idea of me working from home earlier than now, but I decided to go in and wait a little longer until I got a little and I think it's getting serious, so.
Suspended its season until further notice after a Utah Jazz player tested positive for the coronavirus. That was center Rudy Gobert. It happened just hours after the majority of the league's owners said they've been leaning toward playing games without fans in the stands. Now there'll be no games at all, at least for the time being. We're expecting an update from the NHL sometime today. And the NCAA says its men's and women's basketball tournaments will be held without fans. I'm Jonathan Warner. As Charlotte Hornets head coach James Borrego says, the Capitals are home tonight against the Detroit Red Wings. For now, fans will be allowed to attend. The NHL will address the situation later today, but the D.C. Health Department is recommending that non-essential mass gatherings not be held. Jonathan Warner, WTOP News.
Well, we're hearing the warnings, but how can you stop employees from going to work when they're sick and spreading a virus? Some in Congress say universal paid sick leave is the key.
Virginia Senator Tim Kaine is among those calling for legislation that would force...
Is connected. Security is everything. Raytheon works closely with government agencies, businesses, and nations to defend...
Got into the city to work, and I mean, it's early, but there's still a good amount of people who are commuting into the city. I know in the next week they'll probably be shutting down government offices. I've already heard of talks of them doing so, as well as a couple people I know their offices have shut down because of this virus. So I won't be coming into the office tomorrow for sure. I am just leaving work. It is almost 6 o'clock. Well, it's almost 6. This time is wrong. I'm just leaving work. We had our happy hour pushed up till today. We were supposed to do it tomorrow. I am not coming in the office tomorrow, and I won't be going to the office until further notice. My firm, they don't seem to fully grasp the levity of the situation. They know it's serious, but I don't know if they fully grasp it. And yes, I know we have to get these people's taxes done, but it's a possibility that the deadline will get pushed out. And, you know, people think that this is going to be a couple weeks situation, like 2 weeks or a month. But the reality is the cases have just started here. We're not testing. They've only tested maybe like 6,000 people in the United States. And the United States is made up of over 300 million people. And in comparison, China found out about the first cases in December. That doctor that came out who ended up passing away, he spoke about it in January, and now it is mid-March, and their numbers are just starting to go down. They're just starting to go down as far as new cases, and we're just getting started. So I do expect this to be a long situation based on the way America is handling this situation, because we haven't even got to full-on outbreak. And I'm really stressed out about it and deeply concerned for people's lack of understanding. I've been following this situation from China via YouTube, via secondary news outlets on YouTube. And China had to take drastic measures to get the situation in hand, and Italy is now doing it, and a large amount of us are probably walking around with this virus and we don't even know it. And I'm really concerned about people who are up in age in my family and people who have underlying issues as far as their health. So, yeah.